The ABCs of selling, always be closing. That's a bunch of BS, and anyone who tells you that this is true doesn't know what they're doing. Now, I tell you this because this has been studied. I'm not telling you this because I talked to a sales guy one time or this was my personal experience, even though it is my personal experience and the experience of expert salespeople across the world. There's been studies after study after study about the effects of closing and closing hard on prospects. Now, this all started with Huthwaite's study of 35,000 sales calls over the course of 12 years. Hundreds of researchers who documented everything that was asked, said, and done in a sales call. Now, what did they find out? Were they expected to find out that the closers, the people who had more closing training, knew more types of closes or closed harder, would be the best salespeople? But what they found out blew their minds. It was actually the exact opposite. The more times a salesperson attempted to close a prospect, the less likely they were to close the deal. Why does this happen? Closing causes pressure. Pressure causes a prospect to shut down. If a prospect shuts down, there's no way you can uncover what's keeping them from taking action in the first place. If you do push through, you're highly likely to have a cancellation, a callback. It's not going to end well. You definitely won't get any referrals or testimonials. The ABCs of sales, always be closing. This has been debunked. This is a complete myth. We know through studies of neuroscience and neuroeconomics, through behavioral psychology and behavioral economics, through the work of people like Daniel Ariely, that the ABCs of closing are junk. You should never be closing. In fact, I'm going to tell you, you should never ever close again. You see, the best salespeople in the world, they don't close deals. Their prospects close themselves. The best salespeople in the world simply follow a process. It's almost like an assembly line. And step by step, methodically, they walk through the process. And the end result is a closed prospect. I'm going to tell you right now the only close I've used for about the last 10 years. What would you like to do? That's it. What would you like to do? The ABCs of selling, they're just simply BS.